Hey guys, welcome. This is Sharika. Now, as you saw there, guys, from the title, we'll be taking a look at how you can create word search into your pages for Amazon KDP. So let's get right into it. So let's say, for example, guys, you want to go ahead and create fruits word search into your pages for kids ages 4 to 8. The first thing that you can just go ahead and do, guys, is to just do a quick Google search for a list of fruits, or you could put list of 100 fruits. Let me add that in. All right, so right at the start here, we have a website that we can head to that will give us 100 names of fruits and vegetables in English. So I'm just heading there. Okay, so scrolling through, guys, you'll find that you'll have a list of the fruits and vegetables here. Everything will not be listed at the same spot as you're seeing. So some is at the top here, and they show you the pictures, and you go down further, you have the list of vegetables and so on. So you just scroll through. So as I said, we're focusing on a list of fruits. So once you have your page here, you could also go ahead and open up like a doc if needed to put your list of fruits in, or if you want to put it in Word, or just leave it as is and then just refer to the page whilst you're entering the names of the fruits, then it's totally up to you. But that's how easy you can get a list of fruits. Okay, now let's head back to Canva. So here in Canva, guys, what we're going to do now is to head to this section that says create a design, tap that icon, and then we're going to go to custom size. So of course you'd have needed to decide on the dimensions of your design. So we're doing a 8.5 by 11. To get started, guys, we're going to do, well, there are one of two things you can do. You can go ahead and just tap T on your keyboard to get a text box to pop up as you see here. Or you could go to the side here and select text and then add a text box. You can choose to just add a text box or add a heading. I'm going to work with adding a heading like that. So in here now, guys, I'm just going to type in letters, random letters. Now, when you're creating these word search, guys, in terms of the letters that you'll put here, you will definitely need to decide whether or not you're going to use lowercase letters or uppercase letters. For me, I am going to use uppercase letters. I want to have 8 columns of letters, guys, so I'm going to enter in 8 letters in this text box. Enter in 1 letter. Let me just make this a bit bigger so you guys can see it better. Alright, so I entered in 1 letter and then I give it some space. Enter in another. So I've entered in 5 already. So let's do another one, and another one. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I did 9. So let me remove one of them. Then I'm just going to drag text box here to make the words a bit bigger. Now, instead of dragging the text box to make your letters bigger, of course, you could just go up here and increase or decrease your font size. It's totally up to you. Now, the next thing I'm going to go ahead and do is to choose a font style because I don't want this one to work with. So there are lots of font styles available to you here. If you're using the free version of Canva, then definitely you only want to go ahead and select the ones that don't have this crown icon beside them. Just going to go through here until I find a text that I want to work with. Okay, so let's say I decide on this one, Cooper Hewitt. That's the text style I'm working with. So here I'm just going to drag my text box right there. Now I don't want the letters to be this close, right guys? So I need to give them some space. So I'm selecting this icon here that says spacing, and I'm just going to drag this bar that's under the heading letter spacing until the words are as far apart as I want them to be. Alright, so I think that I can work with that. So let me just drag and reposition this. Now, when you're repositioning your letters, guys, you want to watch out for that pink vertical line. If you're centering your letters or so on, just watch out for that so that you get your letters as centered as you need them. All right, good. So now I'm just going to go ahead and duplicate this text box here with these letters now that I've decided on my font style and my font size. As a matter of fact, let me just I'm just reducing the size of the design here by dragging this icon to get a better look of what letters look like, to see if I want to make them any smaller. I think I'm going to work with that. So once you have your letters in your text box, guys, you just want to go ahead and duplicate your text, and then you just drag and position it where you want it to be. Now, depending on how many rows you want to have for your word search, then you'll duplicate it as many times as needed. So I'm just selecting duplicate again. Alright, so I'm just going to drag and realign these letters so that they're all in line with each other. Guys, when I'm dragging the text box, you'll notice that you see some numbers showing up. That's just showing you how far apart the text boxes are being spaced, so you just ensure that the numbers are the same, okay? Okay, so now that I have my letters in line, obviously it's the same letters we have repeating over and over. Of course, you don't want that, so you would need to change them. But before I do, I want to add like a little border around my letters here. I don't want to just leave them out like this. Of course, you could if you want, but I don't want to. So I want to head over to elements, but first let me just drag to resize my letters here so I can better see what I'm working with. You'll need to be mindful of your interior page because you don't want the letters to go over the side of the page or so forth. So if you want, you can always turn on margins so you get a better view of what it is you're working with. All right, so I'm just going to take off the margins. Now I am going to go to elements to get that border that I spoke about. Okay, and we want it from graphics. Let's just work with this one. So guys, if you notice, trying to access the border that I just put on my, I need to undo that part because somehow I got this deleted. So of course I just selected that. Right, so to access this border, you just need to press Control on your computer keyboard until it's highlighted. So, right, so we're like that, right? So you just press Control till it's highlighted, and then you just drag it to where you want it to be. I'm just gonna drag it until it's covering all the letters, and then I'm going to just reposition it until it's where I'd want it to be. Right, so let's do that. Okay, so that looks fine. I think I want to make this a bit smaller though because I need space to put the words, of course. So let me just reduce the size of everything. So to do that, I'm just tapping from here, dragging up until everything is covered, and then I'll just drag to reduce the size of my letters and the border. All right, so that's a bit better. So at the top, I'll just give it a title. So we're looking at fruit, so that's the title. I'll put that at the top of it. And I don't want to leave it like that, so I'll just add a little element here. So I'm going to go to lines and shapes. If it doesn't pop up like this for you guys, you can always type in shapes in the box up here. I'm selecting this one here, and then again, it's within the letters, so I have to press Control to get it and then drag it up top like that. Then I'm just, dragging and repositioning it till I get it where I want it to be. So then I'm just going to change the color. Let's get a brighter color here. Orange will be fine for now. And the thing about Canva here, guys, it's so flexible and so easy to work with that you can always just go in and change your colors, your font, and all of that. It's pretty good. Then I'm just going to make it bold. All right, so now that I have that, let's go back to our list and let's select some fruit names. So let's work with apple, orange, pear, and grape, and plum. So let's get those words in, and then I'm going to, change all these letters. Let's add a text box here. So we have apple. And then each time, instead of adding a text box again, I'll just duplicate it by selecting its duplicate icon. Once it's highlighted, I'll just select the icon and duplicate it. And the other one that I chose, apple, orange, pear, grape, plum. So pear is the other one. Let me just head back in, duplicate, drag it over to here. Guys, you're free to, of course, position your your words wherever you want them to be below the word search box. Alright, so now that I have that, I'm going to go back to my text box here and I'll just change up a few letters so we don't have the same letter being repeated over and over. In changing up the letters, guys, you'll notice that, well, if you're probably looking here, you'll notice a few of them are kind of moving from their location, so they're not so in line with the other letters. So if you notice that happening with you, then you can just easily go ahead and reposition them. So I'm just going to quickly change up some of the letters that we're seeing here. Okay, so now that we have a good mixture of the letters, guys, you may notice that a few letters are not in line. And so you will need to go through and just adjust as best as you can until you have your letters in line. By in line, I mean the letters in each column fall under each other as best as possible. Okay guys, so in tidying up these letters to ensure that you have them each falling under each other, you may need to go ahead and just delete one of these text boxes and then duplicate it again and reposition it within the word search box here to ensure that the letters align as best as possible. So if you find that you have to do that, then just go ahead and just do that. All right, so now that I have all the letters here, guys, that I want to have in my box, I'll just go ahead and enter in my words. So just want to point out, guys, that in entering your letters in here, then you have to be mindful of the number of letters that you have for each word, because you don't want to have a word that has 11 letters, but when you come in here and you want to get that word in, then it's impossible because you don't have enough letters, whether going across, horizontally, going vertically, or diagonally, however you decide to do your word search. So just ensure that you have the right number of words in each row, in each column. So I'm starting off with apple. So I'm just going to put an apple right here. So we'll just change that H-O to an A, this D to a P. I'll just continue working on it until I have the word apple in here. So the next word here that I'm going to enter in, guys, is orange. So now the word orange is in there. So I want to have some of the words overlapping or intersecting. So I want grape to fall here. So I'm just going to put a G right there. A P. Then an E. So now we have apple right there, we have orange going down, and we have grape. So next, let's get in pear. So let's put pear right here. So starting off with that P from the grape, I'll just go down. So I have grape there, I have pear going down, I can fit plum right here. So I'll just put a L. Or instead of putting plum up there, let's come down and use this section and plum right there. Now that all my words are in my search box, guys, I can then go ahead and add some more details or designs to the page. So I'll just head on over to elements and I'm just going to search for an apple. So I'm going to graphics and I'm searching for an apple. So if you notice the apples here, guys, I don't have the crown icon on them, so that means you're free to use them. But of course, you can always go and tap the three dots here, take a look at the use, how you may use it by selecting this here. Of course, it says free. All Canva users get this image for free. All right, so I said apple original, but I think I'm going to add 2 more fruits. Good, so now that's my first word search page. Guys, to make your process a bit easier, what you want to do is just go ahead and duplicate your page that you have here. So if you want 10 pages of word search for fruits, then you just go ahead and duplicate it as many times as needed. You'll just go ahead and duplicate, and then when it's time to change out your words and so on, you'll just go ahead and drag, select, delete all the ones that you don't want. So you'll just select and delete the words and the pictures and change them out and so on. Of course, you may return here, change the color of that's around the word fruits. And in here, guys, don't worry about changing the letters again, changing them around before you put in your new words, because by entering in the new words, that will just remove some of the letters from what you had before, so you won't necessarily have to worry that the same apple is going to show up and so on. You'll just need to go through and ensure that when you're putting in your new words, then you just use up some of those same letters from the words from before, so you don't repeat the same thing. And you just go through and duplicate, guys, add in your different elements, and before you know it, you'll be finished. Of course, we basically have the same thing repeating here, but I just spoke to you about how you can just go in and make the necessary changes. Once you have everything to your liking, guys, you'll need to download it, of course. So you head to share, select download. Don't change the size format. Go to here, select PDF print, and the one that I download it as is in CMYK, which is best for professional printing. So I download it. I'll just do that and show you guys what it looks like. So of course it will be in PDF format. So let me just show you. All right, great. So here we have our word search pages. So guys, this is how you can go ahead and create your word search into your pages for Amazon KDP. Let me know if you have any questions down below in the comment section. And guys, definitely share this video with someone who you think may also find it helpful or useful. All right, until my next video with you all, take care of yourselves.